Hello everyone and welcome back to data visualization series using Plotly. In the previous video, we explored how to create bar charts using Plotly Express, from basic vertical bar charts to horizontal bars, and even customized version with colors and style borders. We learned how to visualize average temperature by different weather summaries and enhance our charts to make them more interactive and visually appealing. Now, in this next part of the video series, we are going one step further. In this video, we will explore two advanced types of bar charts, the animated bar charts and group and stack bar charts. And as we are using the same Jupyter notebook from the previous video, so everything stay connected and easy to follow. Let's begin with the animated bar charts that show how the average temperature for each weather summary changes over the years. Now you might be wondering, why do we need an animated chart here? Well, when we look at changes in data over time, especially across many categories, it can be hard to notice pattern in static charts. But when you animated the data, it becomes much easier to see how each category moves up or down as time passes. So this kind of charts is like telling a story with your data, and you can see which weather summaries had higher or a lower temperature in a given year and how that changes over time. So it also makes the chart more engaging for the viewers, and it's really helpful for presentations or dashboards where you want to show a trend in a fun and clear way. So in our case, we are going to show how average temperature for different weather summaries changes year by year. We will see which one get hotter or cooler and how they compare to each other over time. Now let's write the code to create animated chart, and I will explain it step by step. So df formatted date equals to pd dot to underscore date time, and here we pass the colon formatted date, and errors equals to codes. So here we are converting the formatted date column into date time format using pd dot to date to underscore date function, date time function. We also use the error equals to course argument to safely handle any incorrect data values, replacing them with NAT so they don't break our processing later. Then here we extract the year from the formatted date column using dot date dot year. So this new column will be used to animate the chart year by year. Here we group the data by both year and the summary. Yearly underscore avg equals to tf dot group by function year summary and then temperature dot mean function dot reset underscore index function. So here I group the data by both year and summary. Calculate the mean of temperature C for each. This will give us the temperature for each summary type for each year. We create the animated bar chart using the px.bar function. Here we set the x-axis as a summary and y-axis as temperature C. And to color each bar based on its summary. And the parameter here is animated underscore frame equals to year. So which allow the chart to update it dynamically for each year. When we run this, we will see the bar chart that changes automatically to reflect how temperatures change across weather summary over time. Now let's run this code. And you can see that the chart is animated over the years, creating a smooth bar chart trace. It's engaging and a great way to visualize temporal changes in your data. You can also control the playback using the play and the pause button, or manually scroll through the years using the slider. Now let's move on to the group and the stack bar charts. So this type of charts are very useful when you want to compare two or more values across the same categories. In our case, we want to compare the actual temperature with the apparent temperature for different weather summaries. So let's start writing code to create a group chart and by reducing clutter in the chart. So here we extract the 5 summaries to reduce the chart clutter. Tops underscore summaries equals to df summary dot value counts function dot n largest here we pass 5 dot index. So here we get the top 5 most frequent weather summaries using the value underscore and the n largest function. Then we filter the data frame to include only those summaries. Filtered underscore df equals to df summary. Dot is in top summaries. Now we calculate the average temperature and apparent temperature for each of the top 5 summaries. Grouped underscore df equals to filtered underscore df dot group by function summary temperature C apparent temperature C dot mean function and dot reset underscore index function. So here we calculated the average temperature and apparent temperature for each of the top 5 summaries. So this gives us two values to compare side by side for each summary. Alright, now let's understand how the group bar chart works. So first we use code.figure function to create an empty figure, which is like a blank canvas for our chart. Then we add two separate bars using go.bar function. One bar represents the actual temperature and the other represents the apparent temperature, which is how the temperature feels to us based on things like humidity or wind. Then we assign both bars the same x values, which are the weather summaries like clear, cloudy, etc. But different y values. One is average actual temperature and the other is average apparent temperature. Now comes the important part. Barcode equals to group. So this setting tells Botley to place the bars for each category side by side instead of stacking them on top of each other. That way, for each weather summary, we clearly see and compare the actual temperature and the apparent temperature next to each other. So this make is really easy. What differences? Maybe in some cases the apparent temperature is much higher or lower than the actual one. And we can identify that actually without trading any numbers. It's a simple but very effective way to compare two related values across the same categories. Now let's run this code. You can see a bar chart where each weather summary has two bars next to each other, one for temperature and one for apparent temperature. It's a very effective way to compare these values. Now let's convert this into a stacked bar chart. We keep the same figure and just change the layout to bar mode equals to stack. So this stack the bars on the top of each other for each category. It shows distribution of values in single bar, while still allowing us to see the leisure segment. Now let's run this code. You can see now a stacked version of the same data. It's useful when you want to focus more on the total magnitude rather than the individual comparison. So that's it for today. In this video, we created an animated bar charts raised to see how temperature changed over the years for different weather summaries. We also built a grouped and stacked bar charts to compare actual and apparent temperature for the most common weather condition. I hope you enjoyed this session and found it valuable. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you in the next tutorial.